Hello friends, welcome back. Handling errors in Angular can be tricky, but what if you could catch all errors in one place? Let me show you how to globally handle both HTTP and non-HTTP errors in Angular 18, keeping your app clean and your users happy. Without delay, come let's get started. So this is the online course enrollment application, and what I'm going to show you is when I go to this application like this, you can see if there is some error, which is happening, and I can see this kind of a message. But this is just for the demo purpose. But instead of showing this message, you can handle it in a different way. Like you can show some other nice message, or you can trigger some other call to your site to see that error is happening for the users, right? For example, if I go here, see there is an error, okay, but the page still works, right? So I'm able to handle HTTP and non-HTTP errors nicely, and I will show you how you can do it in Angular 18 in a very generic way. Okay, so in order to get to this Angular global handling, what I'm going to show you is I have opened up the code. The code is in GitHub location. I will give you that in the description, so don't worry about the code. I'm going to explain you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I have something called error handling folder under the core, and I have two services. Okay, one is for the HTTP, one is for non-HTTP. So now let's take a look at the HTTP first. So if there is some error happening on any HTTP calls, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a class called global error interceptor that implements the HTTP interceptor. So basically this is an interceptor. This is injectable, which means it's a service. It is injectable service. I'm going to inject the Toastr service in constructor, and like I said in one of the video, any HTTP interceptor that you implement, like you need to implement the interceptor method. So the interceptor method requires the incoming HTTP request and the next handler. Return is observable of HTTP events. It could be any event. All what we are going to do is we're going to go through this handle.request.pipe. We're going to go through the pipe. We're going to use the catch error RxJS operator. And if the error message is going to be HTTP error response type, what we are going to check is if the status is 404, we show a warning, resource not found. If it is 400, again it's a warning. If it is 500 or any other error, then we show error message. Finally, after you show those kind of information, or you can do whatever you want to do here, finally you rethrow the message, like rethrow the error. Okay, so that's how you do. But after this, is it enough? Is it sufficient? No. So in Angular 18, after this, what you have to do is you need to go to this app.config.ts, and under the application config, you need to register that. Okay, so we have an existing HTTP interceptor. I'm going to register this global error interceptor to the next one. Okay, so it goes here, then it goes here, it comes through here. So okay, so it'll always go through all the interceptor. So this interceptor will catch this interceptor's error because it has to come through this, right? So it'll know that there is some error and it'll catch it. After that, it will be automatically called and everything works. So let me show you one more time. So I'm going to open up the developer tool. Let's go to the first one. You see this? There is a 400 error. That's why we got that error message. Okay. And if I go here, there is no error, but there's error message because this is non-HTTP request. So I'll show you how non-HTTP request is handled globally. So you saw how this is happening. We will show you that as well. Now again, go back to the same location where the global error is handled. Okay, so we will create a service called global error handle that implements just the error handler. Error handler is coming from Angular core. The moment you do this, you need to implement handle error method. Okay, so we are going to inject the injector in the constructor. I'll explain you why. Okay, and then in the handle error, all what we do is we will receive error of any type. So we are going to inject the Toastr service using this injector.get, and then we provide the service name. We get the instance of this Toastr service. Karthik, why don't you just put this Toastr service in the constructor? Good question. We are going to register this global error handling in the config place where all the services are not registered yet. Because of that, while app is trying to load itself, it will expect a registration of Toastr service, which is not possible. That is why. Okay, so that is why we need to do in this way. Once you have the instance, you show the error message, and if you want to do something, you can do. Okay, but whereas this global error handling is registered, if I go to this app config.ts in Angular 18, this is the place where you inject the interceptor, right? Like register the interceptor. Similarly, if you come all the way through down, you can register here that error handling is registered and use this class. Okay, so because it is trying to initialize all of these things and this class cannot inject the Toastr service before the application is completely registered, we cannot do that. We need to inject this, and then we can, whenever error is handling, like whenever the error is happening, only that time this code is executed. So at that point of time, this is registered by the Angular. It can able to give us an instance of this class. Okay, so that's how the global error handling is done. So in this video, we saw how global error handling for the HTTP and a non-HTTP calls are made easy in Angular 18. If you like this video, do subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next interesting video. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tech tutorials. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Happy coding!